All right, Laurel Windows, Boston Design Center. Hey, Cody.
Hey, Steve.
How you doing?
Good.
Cody Pelletier, owner of Laurel Windows.
Yes, sir.
I'm here. Clients are going to be here in a little while. I thought maybe, hey, we should shoot some video and talk about what Laurel Windows has to offer.
Let's come on in.
So
we got Oknoplast, going to be the dominant thing in here. They're going to do everything from PVC to aluminum, windows, doors, sliders, entry doors, systems like that. And you're going to see a little bit of exquisite entry doors through RK. And then we've got a couple other little things here and there to show around.
yeah, and Oknoplast, just so some of the viewers understand, Oknoplast is a window and door company.
Yes. Krakow, Poland.
Krakow, Poland is where their organizer factory is, but they sell all through Europe.
All over Europe. So they have 3 actual factories in Poland. They have 2 more additional factories in Spain, and they actually just did an acquisition of another factory in Austria. So they're doing everything. They handle PVC to aluminum, and we've got a little bit of a surprise coming out of Austria here shortly.
Okay. Maybe a little steel?
No, not steel, but pushing into the wood products.
Okay. Yeah, that's, I mean, we've used Macrowin. I'm sure you're familiar with Ducharme. Good friend of mine, and I mean, his stuff is like furniture.
Yeah.
With
furniture
glass in
gray.
it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's great stuff. But Oknoplast, out of Poland, triple glazed, double glazed options.
Yep.
You have Passive House certified windows.
Passive House certified, Miami-Dade certified. We've even got, in the Passive House line, we are even able to do up to 4 panes of glass. Pretty wild.
All right, so we got some windows in front of us.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about them.
So if you start over here, you're gonna have obviously your solid white PVC. This is bare bones. This is where it all starts. But outside of that, you're gonna just tailor it with finishes. Everything else, it's all built to the same quality. You're still gonna get your steel reinforcement that runs all the way through. Again, these are triple pane capable. Yeah, you've got sash reinforcement that runs all the way through, solid steel, square tubing that runs all the way through the frame. Really stout system. All the folds, all the bends in the sash steel, this all amplifies the structural steel versus doing just a standard C channel in the frame or the sash.
Yeah, it all provides that little additional reinforcing. And the white here, like you said, bare bones, like it is the bare bones in cost because there's no foils, no paint applied.
Exactly.
It's
visible
UPVC,
hinges.
Visible hinges, nothing's hidden. And these probably, as a triple glazed unit, probably compete with most windows in the world.
Yes, honestly, when we go with a double pane, bare bones, we are incredibly hard to beat price-wise.
Gotcha. As we migrate and show people the different options here, understand that those options are probably comparable to the options that would escalate.
Exactly. Using a name brand, American-made profile window, you could actually step into a Passive House certified, triple pane, 2 different layers of coating, and still be in a very neck and neck comparable price
Very
point,
competitive price.
which is where if you go bare bones, double pane,
yeah, and
nobody stands next to us.
I just want to reinforce that because I know I've shot 30 videos on windows and people always say, oh, it must be nice to use those real expensive windows. Do you heard what he just said? Like you could pick the options, you could pick the color, get the tilt turd, the large windows, and we're still extremely competitive, and I concur because that's exactly what I found. But here is the difference, right? If I take the windows, for example, and I take their price point, and I combine it with the price point of my HVAC system, for example, right? I get a bottom line number of A plus B equals C. Well, if I take your windows and a diminished HVAC system, the windows, even if the windows cost 10% more, I'm probably saving 20% on the cumulative C value overall. So you really have to understand, you can't just say, this is a 3x5 window, this is a 3x5 window, that one's $1,200, this is $1,000, and that one costs more.
Yeah.
Because the performance,
the durability, this one here, like in a standard pixel, you're gonna be around 6.5 pounds per square foot before you see any sort of water intrusion. That's already pretty substantial. Yep. When you bump up to our Passive House system, you're actually gonna gain your triple gasket. This system's rated at 15 pounds per square foot before you have any sort of water intrusion. That's an incredible amount of water pressure. you will never find another window in that price point, domestically sourced, that's going to do what this window does. It's not possible.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like, if you did price per square foot of window per R value, it's going to
That's a whole nother conversation.
It's going to be a very different number that you get. So, you know, when you're pricing this and you want to put that comment down, oh, how much do those windows cost? Understand what you're purchasing.
Yeah.
Right? Because it isn't apples to apples.
Absolutely. No, and these windows, they can be tailored to fit in a lot of different options. So this one here, you see a lot in the US. Certain projects require a look of a single hung, double hung. This one's PVC. This one gives you a full operable with the tilt and turn. This one you could do a operable under fixed. So this offer gives you a little bit nicer, easier operable opening, but
almost like a single hung.
yeah, very similar.
Right. And then I noticed, I have to show it only because I love it. Oh, this has the child-proof lock, right?
Yeah, you got the safety restrictor in case you have a window on the second floor. You have a steep grade or a good sized fall. What is it, over 7 feet, I believe.
But it has that cool red color. That's all I was just trying to show.
Yeah. You've got a burgundy on the exterior side. Right. Again, mix and matching colors. We've got over 68 colors to choose from. About 20 different wood grains to choose from. All the wood grains do have texturing to it. It does look, it does feel like wood.
Color coordinated screen systems?
Yep. All the screens are going to be RAL aluminum screens, RAL colored screens.
Let's touch a little bit on the finish here because we kind of glazed over. You said it's a foil finish.
Yes.
So talk to me about what does foil mean?
No, so a foil it's like a laminate kind of. So you're going to get an 11-part glue that is applied to the PVC profile. They set up a bunch of rollers that are going to then bend, hold this in all the nooks and crannies of the actual profile. It's going to sit on top of that 11-part glue. Once it's nice and tight to the profile, they run it through an oven. It gets baked on, and then it almost becomes like a chemically bonded coloring agent. Right. So it's going to not peel. It's not going to rip. It is going to chip like powder coat does. Like a painted finish. It's a very strong, very durable. They have 20-year no fade guarantees on the colors on these systems. But again, 68 different colors to choose from, including a couple of the earthy tones that were added back in 2023. A lot of choices, gives you a lot of design freedom when you're working in your glass packages.
And then if I want to go up to the next tier, I can move out of the UPVC world and talk metal.
Yeah. Let's go over into the aluminum.
So let's jump over on the other side and we'll talk about those.
So when we get over here, this is our hidden sash. Hidden sash, basically, exactly. When you open inside, you're not going to have any sightline difference from a fixed to an operable. Where next to the unit right here to the side, you can see clearly where there is a separation in the visible sash and the frame. This one, all of the sash is hidden inside of that frame. So you're going to get same sight line across the board, whether it's a fixed window or an operable unit.
Yeah, it sits much deeper in there, and you can see there's basically like just a giant frame around this that the sash goes up to, and there still is weep holes, so it still has that European engineering to manage water internally.
You're going to have gasket 1, you're going to have the thermal break gasket, you're going to have an interior sash gasket, and then on the face of the sash you actually have a third gasket point. So again, great on air tightness, water performance is very great. For an aluminum system is very high performance.
Yeah.
Stepping next door, we go into a passive certified system.
Right.
This is an aluminum thermally broken window system with nice EPDM gaskets. But one of the big things is you can see that the thermal break of 1 1/8 inch on that window now bumps up to 2 1/4 inches.
Right.
This is a very heavy duty, nice EPDM gasket. All the corners are laser welded and all your butt joints end up in the field. Very nice detail.
But that's how it gets the passive house rating.
Exactly.
And the airtightness for passive
Exactly.
house certification.
Exactly.
All right. And then if you on this side, this is actually pretty incredible, right? When we look at this, because
not a wood window.
It's not a wood window. It looks like wood. It certainly feels like wood. Doesn't sound like wood.
No. This is a powder-coated Laurel finish. This is giving you the look of wood without all of the maintenance and hassles of wood. You're not going to have warpage. You're not going to have rot. You don't have to paint it, stain it. This is a put it in and forget it, enjoy it window product. The aluminum, there's a lot of different Laurels, and I'll show you some of the panel doors that we've got. There's a lot of very nice wood grain details that you can put on both windows and doors.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, it's baffling how well that tricks the mind.
Yeah. And again, being the passive system, you've got triple pane in here, and look at all the space you got in that.
Yeah.
That glazing bead, that's what's going to accommodate that fourth pane of glass if you wanted to.
If you wanted to, or we'll talk later, you have some shading devices.
Yeah, exactly.
That can certainly go in there and solve some of the problems that we've had there. So.
And then in aluminum, one of the big things that you get going aluminum versus PVCs, you're kind of stuck with that PVC blocky but high performance product. Aluminum starts to give you a little bit more freedom in design. This one here right behind me, this is our steel profile. This window was just approved by the Boston Historic Society, or South Boston Historic Society.
Right.
We've got 3 projects going currently with this product.
And mainly because of the profile of the mountain here.
It is made to mimic the old classic steel profile windows. You're also not getting the price point of a steel window, you're not getting the lead time of a steel window, and you're getting the performance, again, of a thermally broken aluminum system.
Right.
The grids, I don't have it on display today. I've got a window on order to fill this void here, but they come with beautiful SDL grids. To be approved by the Historic Society, they really wanted us to give that mimicked single hung look. So we did do that fixed, over-operable with all the lines, the mullions. It looked gorgeous. And then the pyramid grid really set the whole thing off. But
right. And when we move up from the UPVC to the aluminum, our choices go from the 30 or 40, whatever you said, to like 200 plus.
Yeah, it's like around 230, 240 colors in the RAL palette. It's pretty substantial. So your interior designers are going to love it. And then in the modern contemporary world, you're starting to see a lot more full glass, floor to ceiling. This is also to mimic a more multi-family designed product, but this just shows capabilities. Inside of one single waterproofed opening, you can integrate transoms and mullions and placements of units wherever you want in a system. It basically, whatever comes the size of what'll fit in the container is the way it'll ship. And if you do systems that are bigger than what'll fit in a container, we'll end up sending it unitized as big as what will fit. So you're doing as minimal field jointing. I mean, you're probably 6'5", 6'6". I'm about 6'2", 6'3". And this is not in my view. That's not in my view. I have a great shot around everything.
And even if I'm sitting down, I'm still looking out that window. So putting those kind of mullion bars there means it's great for a living room, dining room, bedroom, hallway.
Yes.
You know, it really solves those problems by properly placing the mullion system, certainly.
Yeah. Walking around, I mean, this is our modern system. This is going to be most glass, least amount of frame, but with that also comes most restrictions. So you're obviously, with the smallest frame possible, you're not going to be able to get the biggest possible units, but still a very highly popular product that we offer. We do sell a lot of this, but just know that on the smaller the frame, bigger the restrictions.
Stay tuned for parts 2 and 3 where we talk front entry doors and lift and slide doors.
That's it.
I'm Steve Basic Architect. You know where I'm going with this. Long live our buildings.